This video's coming in a little bit late this week. My bad, my fault. But nevertheless, here we are once again with one of the best pieces of advice that I can give you. After being out on the field doing photography and then putting on my work through the editing process for a few years already, I can tell you, don't take too long on the editing process. Don't overthink it. Keep it simple, especially when you're just starting out. My recommendation to you is that you focus on what your editing style is going to look like. Like I can tell you my editing style, and I can show you from these photos that I'm going to pull up on screen right now. No matter what the lighting condition is that I'm working in, whether it be a studio environment or I'm out at the beach or at the park, my style is always going to be dark and moody. I like to have like a sort of a darker background and a brighter subject. Like I like to have my subject just pop out of that image. Another thing, which is like the main thing that I take care of when I shoot photography, is I really take care of my highlights, meaning I don't ever let anything overexpose to the point where when I edit, I can't bring out or I can't extract like all that detail out of those highlights. So definitely watch out for the highlights. Like sometimes we want to overachieve and give our viewer the best experience possible when looking at our work, which is 100% acceptable. Don't get me wrong. And I used to take forever when I would edit in the beginning, especially. But I learned to adapt my style to what people want to see. There's a good reason behind this. So pretty much, I want to say like at least 50 to 60% of the work that we create, when we turn it into people, what they do with it is that work goes on to Instagram. And there, I want to say for the last like 5-6 years or so, there's this thing that I call the Instagram look. So people expect a certain look that matches pretty much whatever they see on Instagram. And if you took forever, I can tell you from experience, because it happened to me like a few times already. I take forever on an edit. I try to do the best I can to the best of my ability and really give my work that edge that I think that people are gonna, it's gonna hit hard. And then I come to realize that once a person uploaded my work onto the platform, onto social media, they end up putting some sort of a filter on. So I'm like, damn, I spent all this work editing this photo, and at the end of the day, it got a freaking Instagram filter, which is kind of like I wasted my time for nothing. So that's why I no longer take too long to edit. And I also learned to adapt to what I believe people want to see, because it's like the trend or whatever. But at the same time, like I mentioned before, I'm a husband and a father. I can't be spending too much time editing because I got to get that part of my life to get back to as well. And like I said, at the end of the day, sometimes it's not even worth it to take that long, because people would just go and slap an Instagram filter on that photo that you took hours to create. Of course, there's other stuff that, that we do, which not everything is for a client. A lot of the work that we produce is for us, ourselves, as photographers, as creators, to upload to social media on our own account. And right then and there, is completely acceptable to, spend a certain amount of time because you're trying to aim for a certain look. But, I'm talking about that high volume photography where you just got to like keep up with a certain pace so that you can meet a deadline, and you can keep the client happy, and you can get back to your life, to your own personal life, So that's my advice to you, especially when you're just starting out. Learn to identify what your editing style is going to look like, build up from there. And then if you're already more seasoned in the game, one thing that has really worked for me is that throughout these past few years, I've learned to create for myself like looks, like go-to looks, maybe create presets out of those looks where I already know, like, okay, I shot at a park. I already know what look I'm going to give that photo. I shot at a beach. I already know what preset I'm going to be applying, and then adjust from there. If I use flash or if I use natural light, I already have my looks in mind. Like even before I sit down to edit, I already know what my image is, like what I want to do with my image. And I already know what that image is going to turn out to look like. Saving myself a lot of time, saving myself a lot of grief when I see like some of my work is getting an Instagram filter slapped on top of it. So I already know, and I learned to ask. I learned to communicate with people. Like, okay, what type of look? Like, I have my style, but this is the part. This is where the part that I mentioned earlier, where I said you got to learn to adapt. This is where it comes into play. I always communicate with people and I ask, like, is there a specific look that you're trying to see with your photos? And they'll tell me, oh, you know, they'll send me an example, and I can go based off of that. Or like the most common thing that I hear personally is like, you know, I trust you. I seen your work. That's why I reached out to you. So you can go with whatever you feel. And I want to say that happens like 95% of the time that I get to hear that, which is really cool for me because, of course, that makes me feel good. But for that other 5%, 6% of people that probably they're going to be the ones to put an Instagram filter on top of my photo, those are the people that I need to get that information ahead of time so that when I get home to the edit, when I start, you know, running my program and start building up the look, like I already know what it is that they're expecting, so I can deliver just that. So you already know what time it is. I hope this video has proved some sort of value to you. If that's the case, please consider subscribing, drop me a like, and share it, man. And don't give up. Keep on going and keep never stop building on your skills. You know, it's like a step ladder. One step at a time is going to take you to the top. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one. I'm going to work on keeping up with the time of day that I want to post. I'm recording this video on my posting day, which is Wednesday, but due to some things that I got into, I'm barely recording at night. Like, my ideal time to post, to have everything ready for you guys, is Wednesdays at 12 noon. I ran a little bit late today. It's Wednesday, but it's already nighttime. So, you know, I promise to work a lot harder on that. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one, man. Let's freaking get it.